Okay. Mm. Mm. Oh. Start the recording. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to start class tonight. Actually, I'm just going to do sound check. Give me a thumbs up, Caitlin, if you can still hear me. Okay, good. All right. So we're going to start class tonight in child's pose. So you just bring the knees to the earth, big toes together, knees wide. You sit the hips back on your heels, arms stretch forehead. Gently bring the forehead to the earth. So just starting here by allowing the body to soften, to sink into the earth, to breathe. Just really focusing on softening that space between the eyes, releasing through the jaw, softening the space on top of and between your shoulders. Softening your mid-back so that space where all of the ribs are attaching to your spine. Releasing through your hips. Even bringing your awareness down into your ankles, releasing the ankle bones, just allowing them to become heavy towards the earth. Just start to find a nice balanced rhythm to your breath, inhaling and exhaling evenly. Take your time. It might not be automatic. It might not come right away, and that's fine. Give it time every day. Every moment is different. So just drop some of that judgment and need for it to be perfect. The goal is only to bring a little bit more attention to the breath and what it is that you're actually doing with the breath and what you're trying to accomplish here. And while you're here with the forehead to the earth as you breathe, just gently rock the head side to side, just bringing a little bit of pressure and attention to that space right above the eyebrows. The space here where the backside body line of the fascia attaches, and by just rocking the head side to side and massaging out that space, it just helps to release and soften that whole back line of the body. Very slowly, painfully slow with your breath, just rocking the head side to side. And see if you can just release the tension in the neck and let the head fall heavy like a big bowling ball. Just letting the weight of the head, that pressure of gravity pulling it down, to allow the space to soften and open up. Good, and then just slowly bring the head back to center. Take a big breath in, and exhale, let it go. Again, big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Last one here, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. On the next inhale, just bring yourself up to tabletop position. Wrists come underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Find a nice long neutral spine here coming into tabletop. Belly button draws in and up. Crown of the head reaches forward, tailbone reaches back. Find your breath here. Without thinking about movement, previous, present, or future, just find this space of stillness with your breath. And once you have your breath here, then you bring in the movement. So inhale, belly drops, chest lifts. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, cat pose. Really press the mid back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, belly drops, chest lifts. Cow pose, heart reaches forward. And exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. One more time. Inhale, belly drops, chest lifts. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Good, back to neutral spine. Settle in, flat, neutral spine. Connect to the breath, inhaling and exhaling as evenly as possible. Remembering it's not about perfection here, but just bringing a little bit more awareness into your breath. Ground through your palms, tuck your toes, and slowly send the sit bones to the sky, downward facing dog. First one of the practice, just pedal it out a little bit here. Breathing into this space. Maybe new space, first time you've come into downward facing dog today. Maybe finding breath in some of these spaces in your body for the first time today. So just find what feels good for you. There's no right or wrong here. There's not a particular thing that you have to do when you find movement in down dog. Really just tune in and listen to what your body's asking for and what the breath is cueing you to do. And eventually here, you'll just find stillness. Palms really press into the earth. Draw your shoulder blades away from the ears and let the head hang heavy, soft knees. This is really about the sit bones reaching up to the sky, long spine. Find your breath. Good. Inhale, we're going to shift forward to plank pose, wrists underneath shoulders. Now you can move through this sequence of postures from your toes or your knees. You choose whatever you need. So from this plank pose, you're going to lower all the way to the earth. Hands beside the ribs. Inhale, pull the chest up, baby cobra. Exhale, you're going to send the hips to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, come up to tabletop. Find a little cow, heart reaches forward, and then with the spine in cow pose, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe into it. With the breath, shift forward to plank. From toes or knees, lower all the way down on the exhale. Hands beside the ribs. Inhale, lift the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, press yourself back, child's pose, hips to heels, arms reach forward. Inhale, tabletop, find that cow spine. And then exhale, tuck the toes, sit bones to the sky, downward facing dog. Breathe into it. Good. With the breath, shift forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down from toes or knees. Hands beside the ribs, press into the shoelaces. Inhale, peel the chest up off the floor, baby cobra. Maybe this time you press into the palms straight and the arms come all the way into cobra. And on the exhale, lower down from wherever you are, hips to heels, child's pose. Inhale, come forward, tabletop, cow spine, belly drops, chest lifts, tuck toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're just starting to get into this rhythm with the breath. Ripple through plank pose. From toes or knees, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra, peel the chest up off the earth. Exhale, lower down, hips to heels, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop, find cow spine, heart lifts, tuck toes, exhale, downward facing dog. We're just going to cycle through 2 more of these. Shift through plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra. Exhale, lower down, hips to heels, child's pose. Inhale, table, find cow spine. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. No pause this time, ripple through plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra. Exhale, lower, hips to heels, child's pose. Inhale, table, find cow spine. Exhale, toes tuck, downward facing dog. Nice. Settle in here, find stillness in your downward facing dog. Just noticing what came up for you here. Moving it out, if your body's being called to take any slight movements here, do that. Again, no right or wrong, this is your practice. Just be here with your breath, with your body. The next exhale, just walk the feet forward to the hands. Take your feet hip width apart, hands to opposite elbows. Just find a nice forward fold here. Soft knees, belly almost comes to the thighs, and just let the upper body and the head hang heavy. So that head's about 11, 12 pounds, and we spend a lot of our day holding it up and keeping it centered. So just use this as an opportunity to just let go of that weight. Let the boulders drop out of the shoulders here and just be free. But still engaged, still pressing, connecting into the earth through your feet. Create a little bit of space between the teeth. Relax out your jaw. If it feels all right for you, if you need a little bit more of a shoulder opening, you can clasp your hands behind your back. Draw your shoulder blades together and either keep the hands together on the sacrum or you can start to reach them towards the wall in front of you. Breathe. Exhale, hands to the earth. Keep the feet hip width apart or heel toe, the feet back together. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And press through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, just pause. Just readjust yourself, tune into the breath, shoulders drop, feet firmly planted into the earth. Crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling. Good, inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back with the right foot. Drop right knee to the earth. And either climb up, hands on the thigh, or reach the hands all the way up, coming into a nice low lunge here. Hips drop forward and down. Spine reaches up, shoulders away from ears. The tendency here for the knee to drop to the outside, try and squeeze it into the midline of the body. The side waist draws in and up as you reach up. If you want to bring it into a little bit of a back bend here, you can. Think about a bar underneath the shoulder blades, lift up and over the bar so you're reaching up and out of the thoracic spine rather than the lumbar spine. Good, next exhale, hands come to the earth, frame the left foot. Just step the right foot forward, forward fold. Good, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, fold, let it all go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step left foot back, left knee to the earth. Climb hands up to right thigh or reach the fingertips up, whatever you choose. Hips drop down and forward, breathe. The arms are lifted, drop shoulders away from ears. If you want to bring it into a back bend, lift up out of the waist, up and over that bar under the shoulder blade. Moving out of the thoracic spine rather than the lumbar spine. Notice if you're gripping in the hip, but just send breath there and try and release. Good, last breath in. Exhale, hands to earth, just step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended Tadasana all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe. Again, inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, knee drops. Climb up to the thigh or fingertips reach up. Just for a moment here. Exhale, hands plant, send the sit bones back, left toes draw towards the nose, half monkey, hinge forward at the hip crease, hold here. Breathe in, left hip draws back, toes draw towards the nose, try and keep the spine nice and long here, feeling the pull through the back of the left leg. Inhale, come forward, and then step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, left knee drops, climbing up onto right thigh or lifting the fingertips up. Just for a moment here. Exhale, hands drop, frame the right foot, send the sit bones back, right toes draw towards the nose, hinge at the hip crease, belly to thigh, heart reaches forward. Half monkey pose, breathe into it. Right hip draws back. Good, gently come back forward and then step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, expand all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to build on that one more time. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, fold, pour it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, right knee to the earth. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, hands plant, shift sit bones back, toes to nose. Inhale, come forward. Right hand plants to the inside of the left leg. Right hand to the low back sacrum. Draw the left shoulder blade onto the back, or the left arm can reach up. Keep that left knee pulling into the midline. Hips still sinking forward and down. Think about keeping the whole left foot firmly planted on the earth, especially that inside line. Breathe. And exhale, both hands to the earth. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, left knee to the earth. Inhale, come all the way up. Just for a moment, exhale, hands plant, frame the right foot, sit bones to the back, draw toes to nose. Good, inhale, come forward, left hand plant to the inside of the right foot, right hand to the sacrum, or extend it all the way up. Whole right footprint presses into the earth, especially that inside line. Right knee draws to the inner line. It's better to have a bigger space between the hand and the foot to allow you to keep the knee in alignment than to crunch it all up and have the knee drop out. Remember, this is a rotation at the thoracic spine. Lots of breath here. Last in. Exhale, hands plant, frame the right foot, step forward, forward fold. Good, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, fingertips reach. Exhale, fold. Pour it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot steps back. We're coming into a high lunge this time. So similar but different. The left knee is lifted. If your body needs to keep the left knee on the earth for this sequence, you can do that. Try and get the left heel up over the ball of the left foot. Same thing here, right knee over right ankle. Hands can be on the thigh or you can reach them up. A little bit of a back bend if that feels good for you. Right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. So same idea, same kind of shape as when the knee was on the earth, but very different feeling here. More engagement, feet are drawing towards each other. Use that inward energy, send it upward to reach through the fingertips. Holding here. Strong legs, strong breath. Last one in. Exhale, hands to earth, step left foot forward to meet right foot, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, this time coming up to high crescent lunge, hands to the thigh or reach them up. Ball of the right foot, knee lifted. Try and get the right heel over the right ball of the foot. Left knee over left ankle. Feet drawing together. Use that inward energy to send you upward, lengthen through the waist. Breathe. Shoulders away from ears. Belly button draws in and up. Strong breath. Still pressing down with the whole footprint of the left foot, especially that inner line. Good, last inhale. Exhale, hands to earth, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. And pause. Inhale, fingertips reach up. Exhale, pour it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot steps back. Come on up. Find the fingertips reaching up. And exhale right away, hands to heart center. You're going to hinge forward at the hip crease. Left tricep to the right thigh. Find your Parivrtta Anjayasana here. Twisted crescent lunge. Every inhale, lengthen through the chest. Exhale, twist from the mid-back. Now, if this closed variation is too much for you, you can bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand to the sacrum. Keep the chest up, but same thing. Every inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find a little bit more rotation. If you need to drop the knee to the earth here, you can do that. Absolutely no problem. Find as much length as you can. Next inhale, just bring it back up, hands to heart center. Then exhale, hands to earth, step left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, breathe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, pour it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, high lunge. Inhale, bring it up. Find your feet, find your breath. Then exhale, hands to heart center, hinge forward. Right tricep to left thigh, opening it up to the left. The closed variation. If you need the open variation, right hand to the outside of the left leg, left hand to the low back sacrum. Every inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist from the spine. If you need to bring the right knee down to the earth, please feel free to do so. Wherever you are, it's all about the breath. Lots of fancy things you can do in yoga, but when it all comes down to it, all we need is the breath here. We don't need the fancy poses, just the breath. Good. Next inhale, bring the hands back to prayer, come forward. Exhale, hands to earth, step forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart, pause. One more time, adding on. Inhale, fingertips lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, rise up. Exhale, hands to prayer, twist open to the right, left tricep to left thigh open. Just for a second, find it. And inhale, back up, hands to prayer. Bring the sole of the left foot to the mat, foot at a bit of an angle, step it in a bit. Inhale to lengthen. Moving into Parsvottanasana, pyramid here, right hip draws back, left hip presses forward. Exhale, hinge at the hip crease just to start here. Hands stay to prayer, just hinging, chin is tucked, spine is nice and long. Big breath in. And then exhale, fold forward. Hands can come to the earth or on blocks, frame the right foot. Right hip still drawing back, left hip pressing forward. Find your feet. Let your head hang heavy. Let that big bowling ball just go. Let gravity do the work here. You need to step the back foot in a little bit. Please do so. You don't want the feet one in front of the other. You want to almost be like you're standing on train tracks so that you have nice balance. The whole footprint on both feet is firmly pressing into the earth. Take one more big breath in here. Exhale, let it out. And then step the left foot forward to meet the right foot, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, expand all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, lift up, last side. Exhale, fold it. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, right foot steps back. Anjayasana, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Hinge forward. Right tricep to left thigh. Twist it open. or right hand to left knee, left hand to sacrum, just for a moment here. Inhale, back to center, hands to prayer. Bring the whole footprint of the right foot to the mat, straighten the front leg, step the back foot in slightly. Inhale to lengthen. Left hip draws back, right hip forward, hinge. Crown of the head reaches forward, chin is tucked. Parsvottanasana pyramid, deep breath in. And then exhale, let it go, fold forward, hands frame the left foot. Hands can be on the earth, blocks, maybe even the shin. You need to keep yourself up a little bit here. It's not about how far you go, it's about breathing into the spaces where you feel the sensation. Let that big bowling ball of the head go. Maybe give it a shake, yes and no, just to remind yourself to release. Bring some space between your teeth. Big breath in. Exhale, side out. And then step right foot forward to meet left foot forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, extend. Exhale, right away, fold all the way forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands come to the earth. Just step back to plank pose. Hold here for a moment, wrists under shoulders. Press back through the heels. And then from toes or knees, you're going to lower all the way down to the earth. Okay, we're going to come into Sphinx pose here. So elbows come underneath the shoulders, hands press into the earth. So you want your elbows to be about rib cage distance apart. The idea here is to draw the heart forward through the arms, shoulder blades squeeze together. And just tuck your chin slightly. You want a nice long spine here. Breathe into the low back. You're going to feel like you're coming up and out of the low back here. Really breathing into that space. Starting to take it down. A couple notches here, mixing the yin with the yang, finding some balance. Taking a moment to settle and just notice here how your body feels when you come from a space of movement into a space of stillness. You get that urge to fix your hair, your shirt, or kind of move around a little bit, but just try and let that energy settle. Maybe even listen to see what it's trying to tell you. Good, just one more breath in here. Good, and on the exhale, lower yourself down, slide the hands back to where the elbows were, frame the rib cage. You're going to tuck your toes and send yourself back to downward facing dog. Find stillness here, find a space that feels comfortable for you. Negotiate that that inverted triangle. And then with a breath, you're just going to come through to a seated position. You're going to move into Janu Shirshasana, single leg forward fold. Now, if you need to sit on something to prop up your hips, please do so. You want to be able to sit so that the pelvis is straight or tilted forward slightly. Bring the sole of the right foot into the left thigh. I like to move the flesh away from my sit bone so I can really ground down. Turn the chest towards the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, you're going to fold forward. So your choice here, if you want to keep the spine nice and long with the heart reaching forward, just know that that's going to get more into the back of your leg. If you'd like to round the spine completely and let the head hang heavy, that's going to bring, you're still going to get it in the back of the leg, but it will also bring a little bit more stretch into the spine. So just breathe into that space wherever you need to be. And let yourself settle, right? There's nowhere you have to go right now. Just be here with your breath. Maybe with your dog. My dog's sleeping on the floor in front of me. And then you're in this place of stillness again. So just tune into your breath. Notice if you've lost that rhythmic breathing that you found in your child's pose at the beginning of practice. Just take a moment to renegotiate that. And as you renegotiate that rhythmic breathing, whatever that means for you right now, send the breath into those spaces where you're feeling the sensation, right? So maybe for you today, it's the back of the leg. Maybe it's the outside area of that right hip. Maybe it's up the length of the spine. Maybe it's the occiput. Maybe it's somewhere completely different. Maybe it's the heart. We move the body into these postures and we think about these external superficial muscles. Sometimes what we need is a deeper healing. You can use these shapes and these postures in this time of stillness to send the breath and the awareness into those deeper places that need our attention. With your heart, let it be your heart. With your lungs, let it be your lungs. Follow your intuition here. Good. On the next breath, you're going to climb back up. We're going to keep the legs in this same shape. But this time, you're going to take the left arm either on top of the left leg or to the inside of the left leg. Draw the right shoulder blade onto your back. Now your right hand can be just resting on the right knee. It doesn't have to be a big twist here. So left arm is on the left leg or to the inside of the left leg. Right shoulder blade draws on the back, finding a bit of rotation here. Right hand to the knee. If you're feeling really good here and you want to lift the right arm straight up, you absolutely don't have to do this, but it's an option. You can lift the right arm up. And then if that feels good, or if you want to go a little bit further, turn your palm towards the left foot. You can start to drop the right arm up and over the head, reaching towards the left foot. This is really going to get into the side body here, really opening the side waist, the side ribs. Lots of breath if you're moving into this variation. And try and keep the right shoulder blade drawing on the back. You want the front side body nice and flat. So no collapsing in of the right side body. And I like to have my gaze at the earth to take some tension out of my neck as I twist here. But if you want to look up to the ceiling, that's another option as well. Just breathe here. If you've been out in the garden, if you've been doing outdoor work, likely you're doing a lot of work with these side body muscles that we don't use a lot during the year. So it's nice to give them some love and some breath. Just one more breath in. Exhale, let it go. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale, gently come back up. Or switch to the opposite side. The right leg extends out this time. Sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Okay, so find that space where the pelvis feels comfortable. I like to move the flesh away from my sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. Turn the body toward the right leg. Take a big breath in. And then your choice, hinge forward, flat back, or around the spine. And just remember that one side is likely going to be very different than the other, and just let that be okay. Find what you need. Get into that space, find that stillness, and then just breathe. Tune in, balance the breath Listen to what it's telling you. Send the breath to the spaces where you feel that sensation. Where is it needed? Maybe it's the same kind of space on this side as the other side. Maybe it's something entirely different. When we think of ourselves as symmetrical beings, we look symmetrical. But when you start to move and when you really tune into the body, you notice the imbalances in the body. So as we move deeper and deeper to the layers of the body, there's more and more imbalances, emotional imbalances. We create a lot of imbalances just by the way we stand and walk and sit at our desk. So coming into yoga and taking the time to find the spaces individually and to find them together really helps to bring our awareness into what our body needs. It gives us clues as to what we're doing that's causing imbalances here. Really just try and let go of any gripping or tension. Let the breath allow you to be heavy and to bring you further, to find that sensation, that space, the sweetness. And just take one more deep breath in here. Exhale, let it go. And slowly walk yourself back up. You're going to feel sensation. Try not to counter it. Right hand, or right arm rather on your right leg or in front of the right leg on the earth to the inside of the leg. Draw your left shoulder on your back. Left hand can be to the knee or it can reach up. If you want to go deeper, turn the left palm towards the right toes. You can bend over, reaching for the right toes. My left side is different. Today, I'm dealing with a shoulder injury on my left side, so I'm not going to reach my arm up as I did on the other side, and that's okay. Breathe into that awareness. You know, in the past, Ego would have told me that because I did the stretch, and that was what the teacher was saying as kind of like the most advanced option. And it's not actually the most advanced option if we really want to get into that discussion. But Ego would have said, you know, Brittany, you have to do the same thing you did on the other side. You have to take it as far as you can go. And the wisdom, some of it that yoga has brought into my life is that it doesn't matter. I don't have to do the same thing on this side as I did on the other side. I don't have to go to that final option that the teacher has called. So many different bodies in a given room when you're teaching yoga. And so many different places you find yourself emotionally that you have to pick and choose when it's time to push forward for that extra 10% or when it's time to draw back for 10% less. I think the wisest people are the ones that can identify when they need to pull back and to have the courage to do so and to truly give themselves what they need rather than what they think they should do. Good. Wherever you are, you're just going to gently bring yourself back up. We're going to take this asymmetrical pose and we're going to bring in some symmetry. So we're going to move into Paschimottanasana, which is just a simple forward fold. So the legs come together in front of you. Again, you can move the flesh away from the sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. Draw your toes towards you wherever you find yourself. Let's try and keep the toes active. Same thing, hands come beside the hips. Take a big breath in. As you fold forward, keep the spine long, or you can choose to let the spine round and the head hang heavy. Remembering it's not about how deep you go here, but allowing yourself time and space to find your breath, finding that balance. And then when you do find the breath, let it pull you deeper. Just surrender to the breath and see what magic comes from that. And release through the jaw. Unfurrow your brow. Soften the eyes, soften the ears, soften the shoulders. Just breathe here. Just be. We've been really given a gift the past couple of weeks. I know it's been challenging, but I think all of us have gotten into this space of being humans doing rather than humans being. We've been racing around doing all of the things, and we've really been given a gift to take some time to just be humans being. Just have that time to be, to find stillness, to do yoga on a Sunday night or a Monday afternoon or whenever you want, to read the book, to plant the garden. Even if you're working from home, you can get up and make a cup of tea or grab a snack from the fridge whenever you want. Just let all of that drop away. Breathe in that simple act of being here. Take the doing out of this posture. Take that lesson from what's going on in life right now. Take the doing out of it. Just be. Last breath in. Stay for the exhale. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring yourself back up to a seated position. Just let that settle. And then just scoot yourself forward or on your mat somewhere and come to a lay on your back. I'm going to take a very gentle back bend here to counter the forward folding. So come onto your back, soles of your feet to the mat. And move into Setu Bandhasana bridge pose. So the hands come beside your hips. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And on the inhale, you're going to press into your feet and lift your hips up. It doesn't have to be big here. If you prefer to take a more restorative bridge, and you have a block, you can put a block underneath the sacrum. If you'd like to roll your shoulder blades underneath your body and clasp your hands underneath you, you can do that. But try and keep the hips, knees, and ankles in alignment. So don't let the knees kind of knock in together. Try not to let them flare out. Keep them in a nice line. Just for one more breath here. And then exhale, let it go. Sink back down to the earth. Good. Just pause. And we'll go one more time. Press into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips up. Hands can stay beside you. Or squeak underneath you. Shoulder blades squeak under. Maybe the hands cross. Breathing into the ribs here. Good. One breath in. And exhale, lower it down. Gently draw the knees into the chest when you come down. Roll out the sacrum. You may want to lift the head up and squeeze into a nice little ball here if that feels good for you. Whatever works. And then slowly the feet will come back down to the earth. Take the feet mat width apart, taking a nice wide supine twist here. So from this wide stance, you're just going to let the knees drop to the right, shoulder blades ground down. Find a space for your hands, either from, anywhere from the hip to the shoulder level, and send your gaze to the left, just breathing into this space. Let everything be heavy, let it all fall away. And just simply a space for you to be. You don't have to do anything in this space, just be here. Just breathe. Let go of any gripping intention. Let go of any sensation of holding on. Let go of what's no longer serving you. And on your next inhale, gently come back through center, pause. Feet are still wide, knees pointing towards the ceiling. And then on an exhale, just let the knees drop left. Shoulder blades ground down, and the gaze to the right. Hands can be anywhere from the hip up to the shoulders. Any shape or sequence or combination that you like. And then just be. With the next inhale, just gently draw the knees back through center, pause. Bring the hands underneath the low back, or you can take the mat to the wall and do legs up the wall, but you're just going to extend the feet up towards the ceiling, either here or by the wall. Draw the toes down towards the nose. The knees do not have to be straight. Just breathe here. So settle in, breathe. Let the blood flow reverse. As the feet begin to tingle, just bring them down slightly and then send them back up. I learned recently that tingling of the feet is when the blood pressure comes to zero in that space. And you can stay here in this legs up variation for as long as you like, whether you're just on the mat or whether you're against the wall. But when you're ready, you can make your way down to your final resting posture, Shavasana. You may want socks or a cozy blanket, sweater, a toque, whatever you need to bring you into a space that you can comfortably lie down and find stillness. To be that human being just surrendering completely into the earth. Letting yourself settle into that eternal consciousness, that unseen force that has no beginning and no end. Beautiful force that has created the entire universe and that connects all of us. And within this universe, within all of us, between all of this, there's bliss, creation, and absolute truth. And as we move forward, one of our jobs, our roles here is to shine a light on, to illuminate our understanding of what it is to be a human being. Keyword there is being. It means to be a human being. And what it is to find deep, meaningful connection. Let the bones become heavy. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Release your jaw. Relax through the neck. Let your hips be heavy. Let them be fluid. And the feet just fall wherever they want to fall. Om Bhurvaha Swaha Tatsaviturvaraniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Bhurvaha Swaha Tatsaviturvaraniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Bhurvaha Swaha Tatsaviturvaraniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Bhurvaha Swaha Tatsaviturvaraniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Bhurvaha Swaha Tatsaviturvaraniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. And gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll out the wrists, roll out your ankles very slowly, just a gradual awakening here. Rock your head side to side. And gently roll onto your right side. Cradle your head in your arms. Draw your knees up towards you. Pause. Stillness. Being. Bliss. Creation. Truth. Really soaking in the knowledge that you are part of this eternal consciousness, this force that has no beginning and no end. Just kind of surfing on this wave of beautiful energy, this thread that connects every human being, every creature, everything on this planet and beyond. And slowly press yourself up to a seated position, eyes closed, hands to heart center. Drop the chin towards your chest slightly. Lift up through the crown of your head. And feel your sit bones pressing down into the earth. As above, so below. That connection to earth and ether. Thank yourself for giving this gift of yoga and time and space to yourself today. And I thank you for being here, for allowing me to lead you, for trusting me with your practice and your time. And come to the center between the eyes, center of intuition. Om Shanti, 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 Om. My heart to yours, we bow and say, Namaste.